What up, Chrome Crew? We got something special today. We got a big mail call. Let's open it up and see what we got. Yeah. Okay, so opening this up, obviously we have the cards from the games that we purchased. And we have the magazine here, which I am so glad they are packing with all their stuff. Okay, very happy about that. We're going to go through this later. Well, let's take a look at it now. Yep, it does still open up like a poster. This is very reminiscent. There are probably other games out there, but it reminds me of Game Gear a lot with how it unfolds. I had a bunch of Game Gear posters like this, and I had the Batman Returns one, and it had all the games kind of printed out like that on the opposite side. So I specifically remember that one. There were a whole bunch of other games, but this is definitely a throwback, so I enjoy that. So the first game that I want to talk about is Tiny Metal Ultimate for the Switch. So this is Switch release number 64, and this one comes with a full soundtrack. So there are 4 discs in the soundtrack. I have not played this game, haven't heard much about it. I don't like to look them up before I actually play them. So definitely excited to play this one. Probably going to be a while because I got a lot on my backlog. But I don't remember if this one automatically came with the soundtrack or not, but I'm glad I got it. If the soundtrack is sweet, I can listen to it on CD now. So that's our first one. And we should have a card for Tiny Metal. And we do. I didn't recognize it because weird cover art. So that's the card. It's got the 70s back, limited run, and that's card number 30. So obviously been waiting on that one for a while. Next, we have, this is the one that I opened it up, and I was really hoping it wasn't damaged. Dark Forces for the PC. So the awesome thing about these is they kind of took the packaging that action figures were in at the time of this game release or movie it was associated with and had that packaging all around it. So this is Star Wars Power of the Force line, I believe. And they made it go on a card like this. So I remember playing Dark Forces on the PC way back when in the early 90s. And of course, that's really the only Dark Forces one that I played. I know it's on the PlayStation. I played it, but it is so dark, I can't see what the hell's going on. And I do still have it for PlayStation 1. It's just hard to play. And there's no Dark Forces 2 that I could find on PlayStation. If there is, let me know in the comments, but I wasn't able to find it. But this is pretty sweet. I like the packaging. But again, the problem is this is basically like shipping an action figure. And it's hard to ship it without having a case. But I already bought a case for this. So I didn't want to buy another one because it's kind of a unique case that only fits this type of packaging. So I'm kind of disappointed. It's already damaged on the bottom. It's nothing substantial, but it's just frustrating. Like I had one of these that I bought that it didn't come with the case. It was messed up as well. So it's not the end of the world. It's still cool. I'm glad to have it on this packaging. It's just frustrating that they can't ship something like this and not have it be damaged on the bottom. But still happy to have it. That I am not going to open. That I'm going to keep sealed up. And then we have the card that goes with this. So this is card 31, right after Tiny Metal. So there you go. And then it's got the 70s back. So it's got the classic Stormtrooper cover on it. I love it. And here is one that I feel like I have been waiting for forever. And I did my best not to purchase it online or anywhere else. Because I know there are other people or other companies that are selling it. But I didn't want to buy them just because I knew I ordered the collector's edition of it. And I wanted to wait until it got here. And that is Streets of Rage 4. And everyone has been ranting and raving about this game. There was a lot of controversy when images first came out. They thought it looked too cartoonish, cel-shaded styles, but it looks phenomenal. So this is a Switch release of this one, and this is release number 65. So I have been waiting to get this in hand. And it also came with the Streets of Rage 4 soundtrack. So I'm very happy about that. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and open them up. All right, everyone. So, like I said, this came with this Streets of Rage 4 soundtrack. It also came with the Streets of Rage 4 card, limited run games on the back of it, 70 style, and this is number 60. So, well off from the other two that we got. So, I have not opened this yet. I know it comes in a Sega clamshell case, which I'm very excited to open. So it comes with a slip cover, which lifts up just like that. And so it says a Sega case, and I was really thinking this was going to be smaller, more like a Sega case itself. But this is definitely heftier, bigger, not the same. So, I mean, it looks cool. It's just not the same size. So let's open it up and see what we get. All right, so on the inside, we have the physical edition of the game. So I definitely am happy to have this. And one of the main reasons why I wanted the collector's edition is because it comes with a steelbook version of the case. And that wrap, it's phenomenal. It stops it from getting scratched. But here's a steelbook. And then on the back, it's got a cool black and white image. And on the inside, it looks a little bit different. That's kind of cool. So similar to the outside, just a little bit of a different design. And it looks like this Sega case also has a reversible cover. So if you like, you can have it for the Sega Genesis, or you can swap it out. And it looks like it's the same. Oh, no, it's a little bit different. Or you can swap it out for the Mega Drive, whichever you would prefer. I actually like the Genesis, so I'm going to keep it with the Genesis. But I'm ecstatic to have this in my collection. I've been dying to get my hands on this, and like I said, it was tough not buying another version of this because this was taking so long. I think I bought it close to a year ago, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So thank you, Limited Run Games, for finally getting this to me. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Limited Run Games. I just buy all their stuff. But yeah, so definitely happy to have this in the collection. And let's open the next box. All right, so for this one, they have the same newsletter, I believe, as our last one. And they've been putting the cards in the newsletter to help protect them. So I kind of like that. So same newsletter, but still always a welcome thing to see. We have the cards, we have 2 other games, but since this is the first one that we saw coming out, and it is a behemoth of a box, let's go ahead with Samurai Showdown, the Neo Geo Collection. So I love the Neo Geo Collection from Limited Run. It's mostly PlayStation 4, so this is the first one that I saw that was for Switch. So I got it for the Switch instead of PlayStation 4. I wanted to take a shot at it and see what we got. So I'm very excited. And this one actually, normally they just come in a shock box and they have some extra goodies in there, which is cool. But this one actually comes with the external cardboard box labeling the game. So this is the first and only one that I know that does that, unless there have been some other ones that I haven't picked up yet or haven't received yet. But, and again, this is the first one that was on the Switch. So I'm on the Switch hype train. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. So when I saw it was the first one for the Switch, I snagged it. It's still going to look great next to the others. It's just going to be a Switch game instead of a PlayStation 4 game. So this one actually isn't numbered in the collection. Normally there's like 1 through whatever. This is number 7 in the Neo Geo collection, I think. But in the Limited Run Games, the numbering system, either for PlayStation 4 or the Switch, this is not included in that numbering system. So if you missed out on this and you're going for a full Switch collection or a full PS4 collection, you didn't miss out. This is kind of like a bonus or a side game. But I am still very happy to have this in the collection. It's still numbered, I believe, for the Neo Geo shock boxes. So this is definitely going to go with those on display. But I'm very, very, very excited to open this guy up and take a look at him. So that's our first one. Next, we have the Outer Wilds. So this is number 348 for the PlayStation, but on the side here for PlayStation 4, it's 231. So I noticed PlayStation games had this weird numbering system, and it's because when they would release a game for Limited Run's Vita collection as well as PlayStation 4, those would be 2 different numbers. So to get a full PlayStation collection for that set, you'd have to collect all the Limited Run Vita games and PlayStation 4 games. So that's where the 348, that's where that comes from. But if you look on the side, on the spine, it's got a different number. So it says LRP231. So this is 231 for the PlayStation 4. Again, there's no way I can go back and collect all those because as soon as they're off of Limited Run's website, they skyrocket it and double in price. And that's too many games to play, collect, and just have on the shelf. I don't have room for all those. I probably could make room, but that's a whole other story. But this still comes with a card, number 100 for the Outer Wilds. Now, the Outer Wilds, I heard, is a fantastic game. I didn't want to read reviews or look at reviews. If I heard enough people saying that it was a fantastic game, that was enough for me to jump in on it. So I'm excited to play this one, especially with everyone ranting and raving about it. Yeah, so that's the Outer Wilds for PlayStation 4. And then the last game we have, I have all this dirty boxes. Come on. Goodness gracious. We have Wizard of Legend for Nintendo Switch with the card number 102. This is release number 75 for the Switch. Now, me being a big comic book collector, 75 is one of the big numbers, right? So we have 25, 50, 100, right? Those are the big, big key numbers for comic books, right? I don't know a damn thing about this game. I always hope that, you know, those key numbers are going to be like some monumental game. For limited run games, they're just like, screw it. Whatever game we have, that's the number slot that it's getting. So I got to get out of my comic book brain and just start thinking with video game logic. There is none. Like, you know, if they get a game at whatever time, they're going to assign it a number. So I'm happy to have number 75. I don't know a thing about this game. So I'm excited to play it whenever I get around to it. It's probably going to be a while. And that's this box. Let's go ahead and open up box number 3. Cards in here. So again, this came with the same newsletter that we've been getting. And this has one that I've been looking forward to. So this is the Toy collection for the 3DS. So as I understand it, this is the only 3DS collector's edition that they have. Maybe the only... I know they have a regular version of it, and they have a collector's edition of it. So this is the collector's edition of this collection. And here's the card. It's number 113. And again, the 70s style version on the back of Limited Runs. So this is a collector's edition. So there are a few different games on here. I think Super Rare Games also released a version of this that I have. So it's a mixture of like 2D platformers, and I think there's a puzzle one in here too. So this contains 5 amazing games in one collection. Mutant Mudds Deluxe, Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, Xeno Drifter, Chicken Wiggle, and Bomb Monkey. So there's 5 different games in this, so I'm very happy to have this in here. There's a few extra goodies that come with the collector's edition. I don't remember exactly what they are, but maybe we... Yeah, so this is 001 for the Nintendo DS. So there we go. So I've been debating on whether to open this one or keep the regular one. Keep this one sealed or keep the regular edition sealed. So let me know in the comments what you would like me to open or what you would recommend. If you want, we can go ahead and open the collector's edition on a video and see what we have in here and all the extra goodies. But yeah, so that was box number 3. Let's go ahead and see our haul. All right, guys, so what'd you think of that unboxing? I know I had so much fun doing it. That was 3 big limited run boxes that we got to open today. So very happy about that. Streets of Rage 4, I think, was my most anticipated game to get out of all of this. It's been over a year that I ordered that. Frustrating. I know Limited Run Games says, hey, everything's going to ship when everything's done in production. But damn, a year is a long time to wait for a game. But I'm happy to have it here. Happy to have Dark Forces. It's in its case now, and you can't really tell it's damaged at all. So I'm happy about that. Wizard of Legend and Tiny Metal. I don't know what the hell I'm getting into with those games, but I'm excited to give it a shot. A toy collection I can't wait to dip my foot into. And oh my goodness, Samurai Showdown, the Neo Geo collection, I can't wait to play. But on PS4, I am very excited to try the Outer Wilds. I think that's going to be my next PS4 game I try out. So let me know in the comment section down below. Have you played any of these? Which one do you think I should start off playing first? And leave it down in the comments down below. Next is the part of this show that I like to talk about, my comic book recommendations. Now, there's another video that I already recommended it, but I can't help it. It's Berserk. Berserk is almost starring Keanu Reeves. It's co-written by him, and the main character looks just like him. If you want a badass Wolverine-like killer or badass in a comic book, read this comic book, Berserk. I was blown away by it. The art was really good, and it was just entertaining. And that's what else you want in a comic book. Next, because I kind of already touched on that one, I'm going to recommend Red Mother. This, oh my goodness, I was recommending this and telling people, why aren't you reading this right now? It is a 12-issue series, and it is done. So if you want a story that starts and ends, but it's a lot of fun, it's terrifying, it's scary, Red Mother, highly, highly recommended. One of my favorite horror comic books that came out in recent memory. So we have Berserk and Red Mother. Have you read either of those? Are you going to give them a shot? Go out to your local comic book store and support them by buying either the trade paperback of Red Mother or the single issue of Berserk. I know they got a butt ton of variants for that one. Let me know what you thought of all of this in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're in a pandemic. Wash your damn hands. I'm Bat Kermit. I'll see you in the next one. Bat Kermit out!